Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for clicking on today's video. And I'm really excited to make this video because it just proves further the point that when it comes to FPS games, I am near enough spot on with my prediction. Whether it'll be shit, good, or somewhere in between. And Angry Joe, forgive me, please forgive me, but I'm gonna steal your catchphrase. Dice, you done fucked it up. You done fucked it up. Beyond comprehension, Battlefield 5 is such a fucking blubbering mess. It's DICE's worst game to date, and I include Battlefront 2 in that fucking mess. It is dreadful. Can you remember when DICE said they were going to make the most historically accurate representation of World War II? Where have we heard that before? COD World War II. Look what happened to that game. But this is worse than COD World War II. I say that without a shadow of a doubt. This game is worse. So after they said the bullshit about making a historically accurate representation of World War II, the multiplayer got shot down because holy shit, there was Asian women running around. Black Nazis again. No swastikas. It's like they just copied COD World War II and then thought, we'll put Asian women in it as well. And then some people were looking forward to the single player. Yeah, if you're going to buy Battlefield 5, hey, at least the single player is going to be good. Wrong. Wrong. You were so wrong. You've got 3 war stories. And the next one is coming out in January. Fucking January. So you've bought the game. You've got no Battle Royale. The multiplayer is the worst that they've ever made. And the single player is not even as long as Battlefield 1. What the fuck have you been doing, DICE? What the fuck have you been doing for over a year since Battlefront 2 launched? What the fuck have you been doing? So I hear you. The single player, usually you've got some good characters to gravitate towards. If they've thrown all historical accuracy out of the window, and this is after they dialed it back a bit. This is after they dialed it back. Apparently it was worse than this. They might as well just call it SJW Warfare. I said that as a joke in my last Battlefield 5 video, but holy fuck. If this is it dialed back of the SJW-ness, then I don't want to see what it was like before. No, there's no likeable characters in this. You're going to play as some cockney wanker who was about as likeable and charismatic as a fucking sock. None of the characters are likeable. You don't give a fuck if they die. They're no Captain Price. They're no Soap McTavish. They're no Ghost. They're no Makarov. I'd care more about Makarov, and he's the main villain in the fucking Modern Warfare series. The characters are shit. I ain't purchasing this utter trash. It's dreadful. They might as well have just done this as DLC for Battlefront 1. Battlefield 1, should I say. It's a reskin. I've never been as serious when I say DICE do reskins because I don't believe they do. Up until Battlefront 2, which was Battlefront 1, with more microtransactions. This is Battlefield 1 in World War II. The buildings look the fucking same. And I know you're going to say, oh, of course the buildings look the fucking same. There's not many years between them. Fuck off. Fuck off. The map that you play on single player, the desert one, just looks like the multiplayer desert map from Battlefield 1 in a single player campaign. But didn't we already play that in the first one? War Stories is nothing to write home about. You play as a fucking woman next who just goes around soloing everything. The enemies are dreadful. AI is terrible. You can stand in front of the soldiers, and unless you go bang, like in front of their eyes, like they're a fucking fish with eyes at the side of the head, they won't fucking see you. It's like they don't have vision to see to the side of the head. They can't move the head. They can only see straight ahead like a fucking fish. AI is some of the worst I've ever seen. Bear in mind, we're in 2018. DICE have been working on games for over 20 years, and this is the best they can produce. Then they should just fucking quit. I say this as a fan of video games. Lay your shit down, DICE, and retire. Retire for good. If this is the same team that made Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, you should be ashamed of yourselves. This game is shit. Unless the Battle Royale is going to be some all-giving, almighty mode. Hang up your controllers. Don't make another game again. I say that in the nicest way possible. Look, it's just so bad. I actually want to cry playing it. It's just like, how have DICE gone so backwards? Oh my god. These are my criticisms without bringing up the SJW-ness. much. Just the game itself is so bad. How do you make a game worse than your previous one? I can't. It's just so shit. How are the YouTubers riding this? Oh, DICE must be paying them a lot of money. EA must be paying them a lot of money to say this game's good. It's so fucking bad. The single player is just the cringiest thing I've ever seen. You've got this woman running around like Rambo. She's killing all the Nazis. It's like a 5'5" woman. She's killing everybody. It's just like, it's like Rambo in video game mode, but you're playing as a fucking woman or you're playing as a cockney arsehole. It's just so bad. The war stories is dreadful. This is what I thought I'd redeem it. I mean, I did a video on one where he plays a Polish tanker, and I thought, hey, they're going for some historical accuracy here. I can give DICE my props for that, but it's like they just threw that out of the window and said, we're going to make a fucking Battlefield film, and it's going to be a terribly reviewed Battlefield film. It's going to be like a 5% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 1.5 on IMDb, but we're going to make a fucking Battlefield film, and you're going to watch it. And that is what you're doing in this game. Do you know, you watch a film that's so bad you can't click off it because it's so bad. This game is so bad you're going to want to continue watching someone play through it on YouTube. And that is what I've done. I've been so depressed and so happy at the same time to see they've tried copying Call of Duty, failed miserably, and this is going to be the end of the Battlefield franchise. It can't retain fans after this monstrosity. This is why Patrick Soderlund left. This is why he left EA. Undoubtedly, it's the worst. It's one of the worst FPS games ever. I don't think you'll find any non-biased reviewer saying this is worth a buy or even worth a fucking rent. It's worth a millionaire buying all the fucking copies from the nearby shop and snapping them all so people don't have to endure this dreadful game. Okay, throughout the full 3 war stories that are currently available on Battlefield 5 now, one of them is half decent. But that is what you're getting for £50 in 2018. A dreadful multiplayer experience where it's just toned back and politicised in every single possible way. 2 dreadful politicised single player campaigns and one which is okay. There you go. That's what £50 gets you in 2018 from DICE and EA. You might as well go outside and let somebody boot you in your fucking face. I mean, of course, if you're rating this game based off critics, it's an 8 out of 10. Because the official release isn't until the 15th. I mean, YouTubers have got hands on, but they can't review the game until the 15th. Or they're under a review embargo. They can't release their reviews till the 15th. I guarantee if you look on Metacritic, when this game launches, the average user score will be below 3. It's the worst FPS game. Right, so get this. It's not just me. It's really not. Someone left a comment on the Battlefield, the official single player trailer, saying, "Now I feel stupid for complaining about COD World War II. Do I ever?" This makes Call of Duty World War II look like Excalibur next to a fucking rock. It's so bad. Now I'm going to take a little dig at the graphics. So even in the cutscenes, even though it's a cutscene which DICE have done spectacular before, they look flat, miscoloured. The facial expressions just don't look real. I can't explain it. It just looks weird. When you compare that to games what DICE have made before, like Medal of Honor Warfighter and the original Medal of Honor back in 2011, the original reboot that is, the intros and the cinematics looked better then. We're 7 years in the fucking future, and they've gone backwards. I'm struggling to understand. Yes, the sky looks beautiful, but there's this weird popping. You'll notice it from time to time if you're watching the gameplay now. There's just random popping of textures and colours that shouldn't exist. This shouldn't exist. DICE have always done perfect PC ports, yet this time they fucked it up. I really don't know if they're trying to fuck up on purpose to sort of divert attention away from Battlefield so it sells less copies to Anthem. I wouldn't put it past EA that they sabotage one of their most successful franchises to then push a franchise they want to be successful. This game only further reinforces games as a service. You get in a single player mission or war story 2 months after launch. Why? Oh, games as a service. We want people to continue purchasing the game even when it's classed as old in video game standards. Unless you're an MMO, people don't usually purchase a game 3 or 4 months after the game's launch. They just fucking don't, because Battle Royale's coming out in March. So you've got War Story coming out in January. Then a couple months after, you've got the Battle Royale mod, which is meant to save this game. I honestly think if you gave this game a good rating and you're a video game critic, you should hang up. You should stop reviewing games. You really should. These are the same people that will give Red Dead Redemption a 10 out of 10. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a fantastic game, especially when you compare it to this, but it sure as shit ain't no 10 out of 10. It ain't better than GTA 5, and this is not better than Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, the original Battlefield, Battlefield 1942, Battlefield 1943. It's the worst Battlefield. I'm even putting Hardline in there. It's worse than Battlefield Hardline, which DICE didn't even make. It's worse than that. You've got Rambo, the woman running around. You've got unlikable Cockney fucker, and then the only character which you can kind of sort of like is the African Frenchman, if you want to call him that, because clearly originated from Africa, but is fighting for the French army. He's the most likable character, and even he's got the personality of a pebble. And I know it's World War II, everyone's depressed and everyone's stuck up in the war, but other games have managed to show characters' personalities much better. Not specifically in World War II. Yeah, but if you go back to World War II games like Call of Duty World at War, Reznov, you'll love him. You don't want anything bad to happen to him. You'd follow him to the end of the fucking earth. Sergeant Roebuck, you'd follow him to the end of the earth. Why is this, where DICE was so good at telling stories? Well, let's be honest, they've never been great at single player, but it improved in the last couple of games. Everything they've learned seems to have gone down the fucking shitter, and it's been flushed to the centre of the earth, because the care and the love they've put into this game is non-existent. I mean, they've even censored swastikas in fucking single player. I thought it was just going to be multiplayer like COD World War II, but no, they've gone a step further. They've literally outdone COD World War II in every possible way. SJW-ness off the fucking charts. I'm not even going to lose my temper over that, because I'll piss off my neighbours, and it's not worth losing my temper over. Just everything is just worse than COD World War II. Yeah, you can argue it's got better graphics when there's no popping and when all the textures don't look flat. Yes, it's got arguably better graphics. The gameplay is worse. Gun sounds, why are they shit? Why are they not great? Every other Battlefield and Medal of Honor games had great gun sounds. That's something I've always bummed on DICE for that. I've always been like, yeah, Battlefield games have got miles better sound than Call of Duty. I'd argue this year and say Black Ops 4's got better sound. It sure as shit got better multiplayer. That's unarguable.
Yes, you did, because you're Billy Bridger. You are the son of big, bad, horrible Arthur Bridger. I'm Arthur fucking Bridger. Give me the fucking money.
I can't do it. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know what this game wants to be. Does it want to be a World War II game? Does it want to be EastEnders? It's stuck in the middle, and if you're American, just Google EastEnders and watch it and you'll see what I mean. Give me the money, you're the big bad son of Arthur Bridger, aren't you? You big bad son of Arthur Bridger. Oh no. A game about World War II shouldn't make me feel like that. I mean, there should be some funny scenes in it, yeah. But not this. This is just comical. This is comical. I've never been as hard on a game in my life. I think I've been hard on World War II. I wouldn't piss on the developers of this if they were on fire. I know that may sound cruel, but that is how strongly I feel about this game being so bad. If you waste your money on this game, please check yourself into a mental asylum. Get checked out. Make sure there's nothing wrong with you. Oi, does that look familiar? Does that look familiar? Battlefield 1, anybody? Battlefield 1 reskinned map? Okay, so Call of Duty World War II was a reskinned Advanced Warfare. Let's make no mistakes about that. They had 3 years to develop it. I'm guessing DICE have had a similar time to develop this game. I'll say 2.5 years. they'll have had a separate team working on this, because DICE is one of the biggest developers in the world. While they're working on Battlefront 2, they'll have had a couple hundred extra employees working on this. They weren't working. I hate to break it to you, DICE, but they weren't working. They were taking pictures of their dicks, vaginas, and sending it to the Tinder dates. I don't want to discriminate. I don't want to assume somebody's gender who worked on this game. I'll just say a toaster worked on this game. They were sending pictures of their plug sockets to microwaves, and they were saying, I am going to fucking pop my toast out inside you. Am I assuming too much here? Am I assuming you like bread in it? I don't even know what is okay to be said and what's not. It's a World War II game, but can't assume somebody's gender, and it sounds like the voice acting was done in someone's basement. Oh, you big bad outer bridger. Come on, big bad outer bridger. Come on. Come on, I'm a big fucking cockney cunt. It sounds like the voice actors just watched too much Bronson before this. If you've never seen Tom Hardy's portrayal of Charles Bronson, go and watch it. Watch that and come and play this game, and it just feels so much like they'd just gone through a 50-hour session of Bronson and thought, do you know what would be good? Charles Bronson in World War II. Charles Bronson in World War II. That is the shit. That's what they've been doing. That is what they've been doing. This is without doubt the most pathetic portrayal of World War II I've ever seen. I'm including COD World War II in that mix. I'm including some of the fucking Toy Soldier games. Toy Soldier games have a more accurate representation of World War II than this game. Every mission, you're just Rambo. There's no squad mates around you apart from the one war story with the African French gentleman. The other two, it's just you on yourself. You go around. You can steal cars and yeah, you can use vehicles and stuff, and it's like a small open world that DICE created with fuck all in it to do, apart from blowing things up. It's just cause if it was shit and a 90-year-old frail man with the DNA of Call of Duty. This is DICE's attempt to try and steal away Call of Duty players. It's failed miserably. They can say they've got better graphics than Call of Duty. That's all that's going for it. Worst World War II game ever made, without a shadow of a doubt, lads. I'm not going on for any longer. I've gone on for like 20 minutes or something now, and I just can't talk about this anymore. Don't buy this game. If you do, then get the fuck off my channel. No, seriously, please don't waste your money on this game. Hey, let me know what you think in the comments below, and please turn on post notifications, because you know your boy's getting some juicy content out now. Smash thumbs up if you liked the video. If you didn't, hit dislike. Let me know what you want me to do in the comment section below. I love you all, haters and lovers alike, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Tie a kid down and keep me around, but I would never change. I'm a dog, I'm a hound, but I tell them what they want to hear. They like how it sound till I'm gone with the wind and I'm lost, never found. I met her at my show, then we smashed right after. If we go 3 rounds, then she fall in love faster. Very next morning, I'm Casper in another city for a show somewhere getting